What do you hope to achieve here?
As part of Extinction Rebellion, I will remain glued to you until governments and big corporations begin to realise the predicament that this world finds itself in, and I shall not be moved. We shall... Oh, the left! And so...
Have you ever been late?
No,
Any traffic convictions?
I don't think so.
Have you ever stuffed a club by legging it at a crucial point of the season?
Well, that depends on what you mean by stuffed a club and legging it at a crucial point of the season.
In a dangerous world of duplicity, deviousness, and dodgy diddly-diddly-dee deals. Brendan Rodgers is the Irishman.
I will give my life to this club. Sorry, now, who is it I'm talking about again?
Brendan Rodgers, the Irishman. In cinemas, on Netflix, at the Barras, on DVDs.
Don't get me wrong, we miss our wee Greta, but we wish her all the best of luck over there in that New York. I think my wife feels the same.
Oh, aye. But on the other hand, it's been cracking. We've had the heating up, full bung, lights blazing, take the motor to the corner shop, leave the bike in the shade. No grief done nothing. It's been bliss.
When we took that wee holiday, mind?
Oh, sure did. Flew out to Vegas 3 nights. And then when we got there, we took another plane to the Grand Canyon, just 'cause we could without getting nip in the ear.
Battered right into these steaks, mind that?
The size of the portions, I pigged out like crazy. None of this vegan carry on, just stuff your gob with beef breakfast, lunch and dinner. Didn't even finish off yet. But how good was it but to nosh away without a certain summon giving it, how dare you?
Mother! Papa! It is me, Greta! I have
Oh
returned!
shite, she's back anyway. Quick, take away the, clear up the takeaway things, Mon. Put the light suit. Hiya!
Right, listen up now. The DCI has gone OTT with a DIY at the B&Q by the KFC. The CEO has a PPI, and as a POI once said...
Right, hold on. Can we chuck it with the acronyms? They've been done to death.
No acronyms.
No acronyms. And no making reference to my accent and trying to work out what it's supposed to be, right?
I say so.
We've got a serious crime to deal with here that involves someone impersonating a cop.
What? Get him in here.
What's up? Has there been a murder?
Still at it. Still playing the cop.
I'm a cop.
DCI Burke.
Aye.
DCI Burke of Mammy Daddy Murder Police Division, Mary Hill. So, how come everybody we've shown you a photo to has described you as Taggart?
Well, they must be confused.
That's understandable. Have you seen the people that watch Taggart?
So, who are you? Burke or Taggart?
Cards on the table. I was Burke. I mean, I am Burke. It's just because the name of the programme folk kept calling me that Taggart guy.
And so you just forgot who you really were?
Well, so would you if everywhere you went, punters kept yelling, "Ho, Taggart!" at you.
Okay. So, if you are a policeman, Burke or Taggart, why haven't you solved a murder for the past 9 years?
The truth?
The truth.
The Taggart office ran out of murderers. We've been involved in that many murders that some of the murderers even came back as other murderers and committed more murders. I mean, I was even a murderer myself once. It's hard to explain.
Is it? A murderer commits murder, you solve the crime, they get sent away only to pop up years later wearing different gear, using a different voice, doing a different kind of murder. Then you would arrest the same murderer for that new murder and hope nobody would notice until the murderer turned up again a few years later as a different murdering murderer, doing another murder.
Whoa, you're good.
And don't I know it? Put him back where he belongs.
Berlini or Peterhead,
11 p.m. on the True Crime Channel.
No, no, no! No, that! No!
Welcome to the draw for the first pre-preliminary round of the Scottish Cup, where thanks to the magic of this competition, so many of our Derry teams dream of making it all the way to Hampden. Of course, they have no chance. Making the draw tonight will be Scott Crabb, player-manager of Krakatoa Fairydean, and Kellyanne McWilliams, the chairwoman of Death Star United. Good evening.
Yep.
Scott, what are you looking for in the draw?
It's an opposing team, really.
And Kellyanne, what would you prefer?
I'd take a home tie against anyone right now at home.
Well, Scott will draw the home team, and Kellyanne will draw the away team. So, good luck. And hurry up.
Number 2.
Dry Boca Juniors
Number 20.
versus Byron Munches.
27.
Internationale Ardrossen
358.
versus AC Ardrossen. Tasty.
Number 5.
Civil Service Godzillas
Number 89.
versus Burnt Island King Kongs.
66.
Simple Minds
90.
versus Rangers, still the same club.
And the referee is blown for a foul, and oh no, it's going to VAR. It's a VAR check. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's a movie. Yes, it's a movie and a book. And yes, it's a movie and a book. He's doing the whole thing now. And here we go. It's a bird. What is it? Is it an eagle or a duck or is laying something? I don't say. Sounds like goose. Goose. No, the chicken. Oh no, it's smaller than a chicken. Sounds like shorter than a chick. Hen. Sounds like hen. Pen! Penalty! It's a penalty kick there now. And there we have it. Eventually got there.
Ian Blackford. Here. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister has taken a wrecking ball to our festive plans. Mid-December is the traditional time when the people of Scotland start buying their New Year carryouts. By selfishly calling a general election in mid-December, this government have virtually guaranteed a hogmanay that will be pish.
So, half-time in the big wee Friday night match. The story of the first half so far from Stephen and Leanne. Stephen.
Well, Stephen, what do you think about the first half, Stephen?
Well, Leanne, what can you say? Leanne.
Well, it's a fantastic atmosphere here tonight, as always.
As always, a fantastic atmosphere. The kind of atmosphere where you can hear individual voices swearing in the crowd.
It's a typical traditional Scottish stadium.
It is a typical traditional Scottish stadium. The kind of stadium I like to call a dump. And let me tell you, not many teams will come here and win. Apart from most of them.
So how do you... How do you... So how...
I see it go... I think it's you.
No, it's you.
No, it's you.
No.
Oh, God, no, it is me. Hold on. Well, earlier we spoke to one of the players who's playing, and he had this to say.
And we're out.
I think that went really well.
Oh, aye, listen, fine. Happy with that, I tell you. See, the secret, Leanne, is just to stay calm, you know, and just be ready for the unexpected.
Carbon footprint? Is that where you tramp dog shite or through the house?
2019 saw more visitors to Edinburgh during the festival than ever before. And the big hit was the silent disco. At all times all over the capital, large groups moved across the city, having silent fun without bothering the locals, going about their daily business. There are lessons to be learned here, and that's why Glasgow City Council have introduced the Silent Orange Walk and the Silent Republican March. The marches go ahead with zero noise nuisance and reduced chance of civil disturbance on the streets.
Yes, ma!
And now the city is piloting a scheme that lets the public enjoy these Republican and Loyalist marches using virtual reality.
Your hands off me! Get off me, they're too tight!
Well, I was delighted this year to hear talk of an actual bridge being built between Northern Ireland and Scotland. A bridge that will provide a link between two great peoples, Ulster Protestants and Scottish Protestants. A bridge that will provide a transport link to carry emergency cash direct from the DUP straight to Ibrox Stadium.
Fellow members of the SFA Selection Committee, I'm afraid we've reached that time again. We've got to appoint another new Scotland manager. Yes, I know, but it has to be done. Only this time, we'll think outside the box. We'll blue sky it.
What's the point?
When was the last time we were any good?
Oh, that'll be back in 2003, when we reached the Euro playoffs and actually beat Holland 1-0. And then it went tits up and we sacked Bertie Votes.
And who did we replace him with?
Walter Smith, a middle-aged, slightly grumpy, well-travelled Scotsman. Followed by Alex McLeish, then George Burley, then Craig Levine, then Gordon Strachan, and then Alex McLeish again. All middle-aged, slightly grumpy, well-travelled Scotsman. So, based on that evidence, there's only one way we can go. There is only one outstanding candidate.
I'm Stevie Clark. I'm a middle-aged, slightly grumpy, well-travelled Scotsman.
Congratulations, Stevie. You've got the job.
Great. One man who's taken football by storm in 2019 is Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp.
Well, you know, I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm asked this often. Why doesn't Andy Robertson play as good for Scotland as for Liverpool? Okay, look, it's not for me to say, but can you imagine for a player how they used to feel to sprint halfway line, beat two, maybe three players, get to byline, look up for striker to cross ball to, and for that striker is Ollie McBurney. I mean, it's heartbreaking, I think, but I mean, it's fine, yeah.
Fed up being half blind? Too much you already having to wear the big thick milk bottle lenses that make your eyes look dead big mental? Then contact Lasers Direct. Lasers Direct does not come direct to your house. You comes to us at Lasers Direct, where we fires the lasers direct into your in. Our expert laserers have loads of years of experience of shining lasers from trying to blind pilots as they attempt to land at Glasgow Airport. With our buy now, see later payment plan, the procedure is quick if you don't move, and relatively painless with the safety guard of a direct line to the local hospital, just in case there's a wee miscalculation and the beam comes out through the back of your head. Lasers Direct. For vision that's 20/20, your chances are 50-50. Lasers Direct. What have you got to lose?
Woke? A fud that's just realised he's a fud and now won't stop banging on about it. Like a fud.
Today, we've discussed again the new and evolving challenges to our security, our values, and our way of life. We share the same view about their origin and our objectives in meeting them. I've always talked openly with you, Donald, when we have taken a different approach, and you've done the same with me. I've always believed that cooperation and compromise are the basis of strong alliances, and nowhere is this more true than in special
$358. Scottish Labour
Number 80.
versus A Fish Supper. Number 6. Linlithgow Rose
Number 1.
versus Bonnyrig Rosier. Tie of the round. 66. Glasgow Warriors
Number 52.
versus Raman Badwadspor. And that concludes the draw. Hold me back.
Ian Blackford! Here. Mr. Speaker, the people of Scotland are fed up with the undignified, sneering pettiness shown to them by this government. And by the way, England, nae luck in the World Cup rugby final.
You've seen him on the TV. You've heard him on the news.
Stop Brexit!
Now get the Stop Brexit Man's Greatest Hits, featuring the all-time favourite.
Stop Brexit!
The extended version.
Stop Brexit!
The I've been shouting for ages, it's near midnight on Sky News and I'm knackered remix.
Stop Brexit!
And for this release only, the Stop Brexit Man uses his unique voice on some of the biggest hits of yesteryear, including Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Stop in the name of love!
Plus the duet of the year with singing superstar sensation, Michelle McManus.
All this time. Stop Brexit!
Long, long way.
Stop Brexit!
Stop Brexit Man's Greatest Hits. Available constantly, whether you want to hear it or not.
Stop Brexit!
Manspreading is when the margarine is too cold after being taken from the fridge, but you try to spread it anyway and end up hacking a hole in your piece.
Where are we? When is it?
The Sonic is taking air pollution samples to determine the time period.
Looks like we're back on Earth. 2019, during Brexit.
That. Let's get back in the TARDIS. Better off for the Daleks.
Back in the box, hurry up!
Are you ready for a brosome time? You only have 2 weeks left to buy your tickets to Scotland's premier film and TV convention, ScomicCon. Don't miss out. Held in the prestigious Travelodge Hotel car park in Livingston, there's so much to see and do. Guests include Darius Dinesh, a cardboard cutout of groundskeeper Willie, the bare-ass double of Mel Gibson from Braveheart, John Barrowman's real accent, which one exactly is still to be confirmed, and, of course, Scotland's sexiest duo, the Crankies. Enter our Cranky Lottery, and one lucky fan, Gabby Dozy, could even win their hotel room key. So, don't delay. Book your tickets today for ScomicCon. ScomicCon cannot guarantee that anyone even vaguely famous will be in attendance at the event.
From the people who had nothing to do with the Sky HBO classic Chernobyl comes a brand new drama series. BBC Scotland brings you the full pulsating drama of Cruachan Hydroelectric Power Station.
Have you any idea what would happen if this place was to lose power, even for a minute?
People would have to have their tea cold.
Folks might have to even put a jumper on. And that would just be the start of it. Can you imagine a world where microwaves don't ping? Where you'd say, Alexa, play Village People. And nothing would happen.
It's 4 in the morning. I trust you have good reason for waking me up and dragging me into my work.
Sorry, sir, but as MSP for the area, we feel you would want to know. Cruachan Hydroelectric Power Station. I think somebody's broke it.
Broke? How?
We can only hope this will reduce the drain on the power.
And what happens if it doesn't?
We might have to turn off the vending machine in the canteen.
I took the liberty of mocking up a model.
Oh, wow! Oh, I love models. That's really good. Is that toilet roll holders? How long did it take you to collect all them?
I'm not sure that's relevant.
Anyway, so just for it.
You're the expert. Give it to me straight. Are we heading for a nuclear winter?
Och no, it'll be a wee damp spell ranging from scattered showers to a hazy smur.
You are the director of this facility, and I am having your baby. You need to make a decision, and you need to make it now.
Right. Last resort. Switch it off at the wall, leave it for a couple of seconds, then switch it back on again. Try that.
Cruachan Hydroelectric Power Station. New drama for Scotland. Coming soon.
An eagle-eyed viewer drew our attention to one of Edinburgh's finest, reacting to Uche Ikpeatsu's equaliser in the Hibs Hearts derby. Let me reassure our viewers that this sort of reaction is not as unusual as you might think, as these clips show from matches at Hamilton, Livingston, Ibrox Stadium.
Comeback of the year had to be at Celtic, where a delighted Neil Lennon returned to be the manager.
Well, it's been that kind of season, you know. I've been called a hero, a clown, a legend, a plum, a ditty, and a genius. And that was all in 24 hours by the same Celtic fan on Twitter. Well, I think we need VAR. With VAR, you know where you are. VAR sets the bar, but is it a step too far? Don't want to brouhaha, but if it isn't Ma or Ja, then when it comes to VAR, I'd say, yeah, there you are.
Yeah, okay. Okay, no. Right, thanks for phoning. Okay, Chiro. Son, wake up. Wake up. I'm afraid we've got some bad news.
What?
That's him away.
Grandpa.
No, not Grandpa. Kieran Tierney. He's gone to Arsenal.
No!
Yeah, he's leaving us.
What a big year for Scottish sport. We asked the Scotland managers what was their highlight of 2019.
For the women's team, it has to be the World Cup finals.
For the rugby team, it had to be the World Cup finals.
What's a World Cup final?
Your all-time favourite movie?
It has to be Braveheart.
Braveheart.
Misery.
Your all-time favourite sing-along song?
Flower of Scotland.
500 Miles by the Proclaimers.
Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Message for the fans.
Keep smiling. Nae Scotland, nae party.
Stick with us. The good times are coming back for Scotland.
The nights are fair drawn in.
Favourite Hogmanay phrase?
A good new year to yin and all.
Should old acquaintance be forgot for sake of old lang syne?
In the end, none of us is spared.
House of Plaid presents the Clan Corbin General Election Scarf. Suitable for weddings, parties, maybe not bar mitzvahs. When you're left out in the cold, it's perfect for covering up a red neck. With plenty of flannel, thin material, and a threadbare support. Clan Corbin General Election Scarf. For the many losses, not the few.
The war was over. Scotland was at peace. For now. Thankfully, the clans were restless. treason was in the air.
On Christmas Day, 1617-18, a messenger from the McBrayhead clan travelled to Edina. He entered the royal court bearing a gift of roses, only to be slain for his efforts because the king preferred Quality Street. "Haud the bus," cried the hapless messenger, but the bus was not for being hauded. Then fate stepped in. That night, the king choked on a coconut eclair and was got deed the following morning. His son, the prince, was seen as his rightful heir, but there was just one thing. This son was a bastard. Not a jammy bastard, not a dirty bastard, not a smelly bastard, just a bastard. And as the Declaration of Arbroath stated, there shall not beeth among us a bastard born fit to stoat the crown upon his napper. The Queen was distraught, the Prince was happy, and the King was dead. Although if you look closely, you could still see him breathing.
The story of our nation. Thank God it's mental, or I'd be on the barrel.
My lords, as English courts have already verified, the proroguing of Parliament by the Prime Minister was merely a step, paving the way for the Queen's speech. And yet, do I not find myself here in a Scottish court about to debate the same thing under Scots law?
Oh, did you? Aye.
For years, the creature waited, watching, biding his time, an incarnation of pure selfish malevolence, taking the form of a jolly, affable clown. Prepare for humbug. Prepare to be terrified. Boris Johnson is tit.
As always, I have a very Christian festive period. No fripperies, no frivolities, no drinking, and no surrender.
Okay, Peloton, let's do this. Lee in Manchester, you're amazing. Chris in Southampton, you're stronger than you think, buddy. Andy in Falkirk, your bollocks have slipped out the side of your shorts, mate.